to be in a bad mood and there's Christmas carols in the morning, huh? I love Christmas carols.
I do too.
This morning I want to discuss the difference between a contract and a covenant, because they are different. So let's start by defining what each one is. A contract is a legally binding agreement to do or not do something. It can be written or verbal. Yesterday I told Titus, we got these things to accomplish, we're done with that, we can go play Xbox. That was a contract. We went and did those things, and we went and played Xbox. When you sign the paperwork for a car loan, you entered into a contract. The contract will require you, has requirements in there to purchase full coverage for that vehicle, right?
Yep.
The contract and the contract holder don't care how much that insurance costs you.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You're going to have it. They don't care what it costs.
That's right.
If your kids are on your insurance and they wreck their car, yours is going up.
It is.
The bank don't care. The contract don't care.
No.
You're going to pay that higher insurance rate.
Yes.
It's the way it is. Once you sign that contract with your ink pen, you're now bound by that contract. You don't get to use a pencil. You can sneak in later on and I don't want that one. I didn't like that. That's a bad idea. It doesn't work that way. You sign that in ink pen right in front of a notary. A notary looks at your driver's license. Yep, that's you. Go ahead and sign. Yeah, that matches. All right. You're now in contract. If circumstances outside of your control happen, contract don't care.
That's right.
You're in breach of contract.
That's right.
You lose your job and can't pay your mortgage, the contract may have provision for a grace period that you could not make payments for X amount of time, but you better get it figured out soon, because that grace period runs out and you're going to be homeless.
Yep.
Just the way it works. They're coming for that house. That's the contract. The contract does not care. A contract usually has penalties for breach of contract. Penalties that protect both parties involved. If one of the parties does this, here's the penalty. If one of these parties does this, here's the penalty. And nowadays, contracts are written with the assumption it's probably going to be breached. They really are.
Yeah.
If the contract is breached, the predetermined penalty written in that contract is paid. And you pay that, and you're considered to be adequate compensated for the breach, and the contract is now invalid. It's done. When one of them parties violates, pays the penalties, if your obligation is no longer required, boom, it gives the way to back out of a contract. Just like when you rent an apartment. Here's your lease, that's a contract.
Yeah.
6 months in and a 1-year lease, you're like, I want to buy that house.
Right.
You can go buy that house, but when you leave that apartment 6 months early, you have a breach of contract. You have to pay the predetermined fine.
Yep.
And you're out, no harm, no foul. There was no moral failure involved in it. Except, that guy's probably angry with you, because he has to now re-lease that apartment out. You quit paying your vehicle, they're gonna hit you. They're coming for that. They're gonna repo it, and you're taking a hit on your credit card, on your credit score. There we go. Spit it out sooner or later. Now, a covenant is also a legally binding agreement.
It is.
It can be verbal and it can be written. It's between one or more parties. And the other party pledges to refrain or to do something. Very similar to a contract. But a covenant is a relationship. It defines the relationship, the covenant does, defines the relationship, and this is the parameters we can operate in. That's what it is. It's a perpetual trust-based promise that relies on the integrity and discipline of both parties. Covenants call for and require loyalty from both parties. Contracts are temporary. Once it's breached, penalties are paid, you're out. Covenant's not that way. That's a permanent, intergenerational contract.
Yes.
Meaning it can be expanded to include other people, your kids, neighbors, and it can be included into that. A covenant remains intact even if one of the parties breach it. Did you know that? And it even goes farther. If a party is not getting their needs met, if they're heading towards breach of contract, it is the other covenant person's responsibility to support that person, to ensure they don't go into breach of covenant. They actually care about you and care about what you're doing and what's happening to you. And it's their duty as a part of that covenant to step in and render aid. If circumstances outside of your control take place and you're in danger of breaching covenant, it is the duty of your covenant partner to assist you, so you do not enter into breach of covenant. A covenant is a relationship based on trust, loyalty, and love. We have an intergenerational everlasting covenant with our Creator, and He was kind enough to write those terms down for us right here. This covenant is based on integrity, His integrity. It's based on His loyalty, based on His promises. And thank God for that, right? Could you imagine what it would be like if it was based on our integrity?
Yeah.
It was based on our promises?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Our trustworthiness?
Yeah.
Ugh. No, thank you.
Right?
Have you ever heard people refer to the Old and New Testament as the Old and New Covenant? That's kind of a fallacy. That's inaccurate. There's only one covenant.
Right?
Right.
And in God's infinite wisdom, He made provisions right in between the book of Matthew and Malachi. Depending on what, right then and there, there's a provision being made. Circumstances outside of our control, outside of Levi's control, outside of Kathy's control, individual circumstances outside of our control made it that we'd be in breach of covenant. Thank you, Adam and Eve.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
When Jesus came to earth, died, and rose again, God, out of His loyalty, His promises,
Yes.
His wisdom, His integrity, knowing that circumstances outside of our control has caused us to be in breach of covenant, made a provision to support us to make sure we don't come in to breach of covenant. That's what Jesus' job was. That's what He did. This covenant is legally binding and not limited to salvation either. Our Father truly loves us, right?
Amen.
And He's not just concerned about our salvation. Once you get your name on the Lamb's list, you're done. No, it's not about salvation. It's about every aspect of our lives.
Absolutely.
It's about our finances. It's about our physical health, our mental health. It's everything. Everything is listed in there. This covenant covers every aspect of our lives. And if we are unable, not unwilling, unable to uphold our part of the bargain, it's God's duty to step in. He cares. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about consequences of our actions here.
Right.
Okay? The covenant does not get out of jail free card on this
Right.
earth. That's not what it is. It's not an excuse to run rampant in rebellion in our
Right.
lives.
Right.
That's not what it is. This covenant includes penalties for that.
Yep.
Yes, it
It does.
Yep.
It has penalties for living in rebellion. It has penalties for running rampant and acting like a fool. Unlike a contract, it's immoral to break a covenant. It's a betrayal of trust. It's never morally upright for a person to break this covenant. Ever. Even if the covenant breaker is willing to pay the penalties. Sorry, it's not moral, it's not right. Remember how you finalized your contract? You signed an ink pen in front of a notary? You don't sign a covenant. You seal a covenant. You cut a covenant. And our covenant is sealed by the blood of Jesus.
Yes.
Amen.
And God Himself is the notary. And there's no power in hell, there's no power on
Right.
earth that can break that seal. That is a covenant with us. And every Wednesday we meet downstairs and discuss the Word. We learn about this covenant. We're all a part of it. We start digging deeper into this old covenant starting on Wednesday. We're going to learn what covenant really is. We're going to learn what this cryptic, weird stuff in the Old Testament we read about, we don't understand the symbolism of. We're going to dig into that a little deeper and find out what this covenant is. So, thank you for your time this morning. We'll get deeper into that on Wednesday. Thank you.